Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. My name is Channie Mize and I'm the Ohio Valley GM for Slalom Consulting. Today, I have the absolute pleasure of interviewing Maureen Butler, VP of Digital Technology at GE Aerospace. And so, Maureen, I would love to kick it off with a an initial question. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the work that you're doing at GE Aerospace.
Well, Channie, it's wonderful to be here, and I'm so excited to be part of this series. I joined GE Aerospace just coming up on 3 years ago, and as the lean transformation leader for our digital technology organization, as well as to set up enterprise data management as a core capability across the enterprise. Transformation's been in my blood and in my career for many years. As I found myself going from P&L management, general management roles to acquisition integrations to just big change initiatives where people, process, data, and technology all come together in order to help organizations transform in a meaningful way. So that's what I've been doing now, is helping the organization understand what is enterprise data management, getting the executive sponsorship for it, and then running the playbook within aerospace.
That's a big role and a very important one. And I love that you brought people into that because I don't think you can ever have technology and data without people being fully interwoven into that. Um, while we were preparing for the interview, you and I had a great chat about the importance of data and having good data fit for purpose. Can you maybe talk to us a little bit about why is the quality of data so important?
If I think about this very simply, so let's just take our master data. Master data is the data that runs our processes, our transactions, reporting, and analytics. When the data at any point in its life cycle or whatever system or application it's in isn't at the highest quality, complete, accurate, at any point, something's going to break or not work well, right? A process is going to break. A transaction may have issues, and your ability to serve your customer effectively can be impacted, or reporting and analytics can be impacted. And that normally organizations don't realize that data quality is a root cause of a lot of process failures and costs across the organization. They don't necessarily tie the issues they're facing in their processes to the root cause being data quality. So it's really important that you help an organization understand the types of data they're dealing with and the importance of ensuring trusted data throughout all the processes and systems.
Absolutely. So I love what you shared about the importance of having good, clean data. And, I work with clients all over Ohio, and the US, and I often find that they're trying to jump ahead to get to some of the more sophisticated parts of what you can do with data, maybe even going into generative AI, which, can't have a conversation without talking about Gen AI these days. And so tell me a little bit about how do you make sure that when we're moving down the value stream, that we can get the value of it from the data and how we can plug in with generative AI.
Right. There's a talk I give, and it's called AI is cool, but if your data quality isn't, then what's the point? And really my intention there is to help leaders understand that at the very foundation of what you do has to be high quality, trusted data. Whether that's running through your ERP systems, your CRM systems, your product management systems, whether that's your reporting and analytics systems, your data lake, data quality has to be high quality and trusted. Because when you look at AI, it's using that data to create the intelligence and the insights. So if the data is suspect, then everything you're doing after that is also suspect. And you're also now marrying your internal data to other external data sources. So again, it starts to become really sub-optimized when you don't have trusted data in the first place.
Absolutely. And then you run the risk, obviously, of hallucinations or getting poor quality back out or all the other risks that go along with it.
Right.
Um, so when we think about companies that are treating their data like an asset, what would be some of those characteristics and how do you think they apply to GE Aerospace?
I often get asked, how do you build an enterprise data management capability in companies as large as the ones that I've done this in? We've done it in Grainger, Industrial Supply, Honeywell, Tyson Foods, and now Aerospace, GE Aerospace. And what I would say is you have to start with this being ideally at the CEO level, a strategic priority. That data as an asset has to be coming from the senior executives on down. If they don't make it a priority as part of your transformation, then it's hard to get it prioritized across the organization. Because enterprise data management means bringing in new skills and capabilities and investment. And if you don't have that at the highest levels of the organization tied to the CEO's priorities of transformation and the CFO's priorities, it's really hard to get that real culture shift that you're looking for to make enterprise data management successful.
100%. I mean, all the way to the top, it has to be a priority. And then if I even think about it, when we're doing projects, using generative AI, or even doing anything related to data, it feels like the data element is it fair to say 70-80% of the work, and the rest of the work is actually the use of that data? Would you categorize that the same way?
Yeah, I've never really measured it to know what that right percentage is, but I could say that, in an organization like Aerospace, when I joined, there wasn't anybody that didn't say we have problems with our data. And we've tried this several times, right? They tried to get data management up and running, but it was mostly happening. And I've seen this in many other companies and talked to other CDOs as well that would say it's grassroots, it's happening deep in the organization, but they can't get that sponsorship for it. So I think when you start educating leaders at various levels, that they need to be asking, is this data trusted? Is this coming from a certified trusted data source? That's when the discussion starts to change. Because when I came to Aerospace, I heard the term source of truth quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And I said, do we really have sources of truth? We have systems of record or source systems, but nothing that we're measuring data quality and monitoring data quality and can certify that these data sets, these CDEs, are at the quality level we expect them. And until we get to a point where we make the investment in the data quality and data management tools that enable us to do that, until we put in the business data stewards and build their capabilities with data management professionals, and we teach the organization how to clean and standardize and harmonize their data and measure and monitor data quality. Until then, it's a wish, right? The idea of, I want to do AI, but my data quality stinks. I want to improve and do this big ERP investment, but the data I'm putting into the ERP is not high quality trusted data, and it's going to suboptimize that big expense. So I think that's how you have to really start thinking about this. It's absolutely foundational to how a company wants to transform or do these exciting things like AI.
Well, it is such an absolute pleasure to have spent, this morning with you, Maureen. Really great insights into how we can be better stewards of our data and also make it a value center in an organization. So thank you so much for joining us on the CDO Magazine interview series.
Thank you, Channie. It's been my honor, my privilege, and I hope someone somewhere out there finds value in this.
They absolutely will. I have no doubt.